Okay, let's be honest because this is actually a weird topic and I have to address it the only way I can. To make a separate video from the news roundup video we normally do and to just talk about it as it is. So far this year, every single movie that have come out are really disappointing when you are comparing it to the last 10 to 11 years. And that's because the last 10 to 11 years, we've been seeing movies making a billion, 800, 700, and only for 2025, the movies that are making that only made a billion should be Ninja, which is that Chinese movie, and we have this Lilo and Stitch that has a billion. Then we have Minecraft, which is almost a billion. Then we have Jurassic World, and somewhere down the line is Captain America 4 and Superman and all that movies. So basically, in general, 2025 is disappointing for movies, and somehow the discourse online on social media on the whole internet is that for every movie that hasn't reached a billion, especially the superhero movies, are flops. And someone will bring up one random argument that, oh, this movie was made for $400 million and the marketing of this movie is 500 million. Thus, the movie has to make 2 billion to call a financial success. Then you are going to have to account for inflation of another movie that was made 6 years, 10 years ago. And once you calculate the inflation, then you see that the money that this movie had made it a double flop. That argument is very annoying because first, even the studios themselves don't use inflation. Second, none of you are the one keeping the money. You are not keeping the money in any capacity. Some of you even own a stock in this company, so there's no direct or indirect way you are making money. Only if you have a YouTube channel where somehow that YouTube channel is monetized, then you're not talking about it. But even at that, every single thing about this argument is stupid. And like I said, the main reason why I believe it's very, very stupid is that you guys are not studio executive, including myself. If I'm to go and spend money on a movie, I'm expecting to be entertained. And if I don't like it, I am going to come out and say I don't like it. This doesn't mean anybody who watch a movie and don't like it hates life. Some people are genuine with the fact that they don't like a movie, and that's fine. If the people don't like it and you like it, it's fine by them, it's fine by you. Everybody should be happy. And if you somehow like something, you don't have to rub it into people's faces that, oh, because you don't like it, then the world is ending. Because I don't understand. Let's take the beginning of the MCU. When Marvel started, people were expecting the Iron Man to just be entertaining. I don't think a lot of people realized that it was going to be like the start of this big universe to where it is right now. People were just going to see it to be entertained. I think The Dark Knight was in theaters then, and people watched this movie, and there was no much argument about the box office as it is that we are arguing right now. Then over the years, there's this old Marvel dominance, and they keep on making movies that are passing 700, 800, 1 billion, 2 billion, 1 billion, 2 billion. So those kind of movies, they've been hits so far. And any movie that don't make a billion during those Marvel era, we have the first Wonder Woman, we have Joker, any of those movies, even also Aquaman. If those any other movie after that or any other movie before that don't make a billion, it's just going to be it's going to be considered underperform or flop. And there is this this accounts for inflation, where even when you are trying to say that, oh, because this movie with this, it has a box, it has a budget of $100 million. Then it has a marketing budget of 150 million. Then if you do the calculation, then it's made 800 million. So people now bring up the argument that what if you account for inflation? How much does that money make? And in 2025, the superhero space, in fact, for all the big superheroes and all the small superheroes, it's it's not easy for anyone to just come into the market and that they want to make a box office movie that has a billion. We have the three Marvel movies. None of them entered 600, and none of them has entered 600 till this moment. I think even Captain America 4 is around 480, almost 500. Then we have Superman, which is around 565, and even the streaming movies that are big, the only thing that is saving them is that the fact that they release this movie directly to streaming. And this is why people are now looking at it as like, oh, because it's talked about, then that's a way that it's success. But even now, still, people are always checking out. Okay, what's mm, the numbers, the streaming numbers, and all that. I understand where every single one of us is coming from. The ones that know they're accounting for inflation, the ones that want to see the box office, the ones that want to see the ratings and everything and all those things. I understand where everyone comes from, especially using Superman for example, because that's like the main thing, the main reason why I have to make this video. It is hard to see a franchise which you are following or a director's vision which you are following to all of a sudden get cancelled. And when it gets cancelled and it's being replaced by someone you consider doesn't bring the same um, caliber of greatness or source into that franchise, it is going to be very annoying to see and to always watch and experience in real time. That is why a lot of people will always come to the comment section and rant. But even at that, I do not believe that these rants are genuine rants. Reason being that over the years we've seen that a lot of people have gotten into this loser mentality, and I don't mean in an insulting way. I mean it in an actual genuine and moral way as possible. Being that we've seen, please give me a few minutes. I want to stabilize this light. Uh, I think this is okay. Now, as I was saying, we've seen that a lot of people don't really have things that they're actually doing. Like globally, there is this low unemployment rate for my generation, for the generation that comes before. A lot of people are not getting jobs, and a lot of people are angry. And some people use this form of entertainment to make themselves feel comfortable and to be able to at least have a say globally, because social media at least creates that stage where you can everybody can have a voice. And for some people, this is basically joblessness, because that's what I would just say, because they don't have anything doing, and it doesn't really matter if they are for the new generation or for they are for the old generation. This is just another excuse for them to find something doing. Because if you actually have a job like the rest of the world, I don't think any the success of any movie financially will be your priority, because you're not going to collect any single amount of money from it. It's okay to be a fan. And let's even actually go back. I was to make this video. I have to let me go back and see some of those movies that people claim that they are fans of as of right now. We have John Wick. The first John Wick movie they made $100 million when it started. It was around open for 14. Then it has a production budget of 30. Then the domestic was 43, and worldwide it made 88, almost $89 million. Oh, sorry, $88.1 million worldwide. And people somehow love that movie. People were like, I want more of this if more could come. And there was no need to rush any director that, oh, release John Wick 2, the same way people are talking about the Batman right now. Release, no, but no, there was no all those arguments also. And I understand that in a capacity, there was people wanting to see more, but there was no really of that argument. And when the second one came in, it made more, but it wasn't that much. It was 171. And when you are comparing, when you are doing the maths, it actually broke even and actually made a profit in a way. Then it went ahead. That was like the first 3 years later. Then it went ahead another 2 years later. They released the chapter 3. Then 4 years later, they released chapter 4. Then 2 years later, they released Ballerina. And around next year, no, next 2 years, we should expect another John Wick. And they're trying to branch the universe into something as big. But even at that, when it started, it wasn't that in people's mind that, oh, let's have this cinematic universe of John Wick and all that and all that. People were just fans of that particular movie and they loved it. And come to 2025, it's another argument of everyone discussing that, oh, how much has this movie made and what is the rating and what is that. I have so many points I genuinely want to talk about, but I don't really have the time to talk about all that or even want to fuel anybody's give anybody a point. Right now, all I'm saying for every single person is that let's all calm ourselves down because we are not the studios. We are just fans. I am myself is just reporting because I love these movies and I report on them whether or not I love them genuinely or I don't. And so and this is a reality. In case you're new here, Streamdorm is Nigerian. I'm Nigerian. So in case you are from outside the country and you are just seeing me for the first time, in Nigeria compared to other countries, not every single one has the capacity to go one day and decide that I want to watch this movie and I'm going to actually have to pay for this movie. In somewhere in Nigeria, we have this piracy, which I'm also going to make a video of one day. We have this kind of piracy habit, and it's not that encouraging for the filmmaker. But there are some countries where people have the ability to go see the movie, and this is not like an excuse for anything or anything. What I'm just trying to say is that you might think right now that to make your argument that, oh, 10 years ago the movie that I supported was better, but the movies I am right now do not support is better or worse, whatever your argument is. Over the years, there are actually people that can't afford to feed themselves. There are people that can't afford to buy their clothes, to take care of their health. They can't even pay for gym. So if you somehow find yourself in a position where you can go to gym, where you can buy whatever food you want, where you can read comics, you can buy books, you can go to cinemas, you can even afford a date. You have your families and you can feed your family. You can buy toys for your kids when they need it, and all that and many more. You count yourself lucky, and maybe um, down the line, the movie or the franchise you love got cancelled. It doesn't, it shouldn't be a priority, or it shouldn't drive you to the sake of madness, because the reality is that you will always find something entertaining. Today, the movie landscape may be like the movie that you love may not get you. It's like following the series. You might be enjoying the series, season 1, season 2, season 3, and there's a cliffhanger in season 3 the episode finale, and all of a sudden it's cancelled. Yes, it's hot and it's painful and it's annoying to see, but the reality is that you will always find another series to keep you entertained. You will always find another series that you love. So this is just something that I am begging, I am pleading for everyone to see and look at it in that aspect. I am not saying that um, if the movie you're following flops, it's a good thing or it's a bad thing. I'm not saying if the movie of 10 years ago is better financially without inflation or even with inflation, you are in the wrong. I am not saying all that. What I'm saying is that it is time we take the rest of our life seriously and stop behaving like studio executive. Leave those whose business is to worry about the numbers, the James Gunns, the Quentin Tarantinos, the Matt Shackman, the Kelvin Feige's, the Kemi Adetibas, all the directors and the Netflixes, the HBO, the what are the other studios again? Globally, leave those business people to do their business things. And maybe you want a franchise to continue, maybe you want to get into the industry. Zack Snyder's there's this famous quote about Zack Snyder that at the end of the day, what really matters is that the movie is made. For the fans, it is at the end of the day, what really matters is that I'm able to see the director's vision or the creator's vision. I'm able to watch it. So there are situations where there are studio interference, and at the end of the day, there was able to be like this the release of Snyder verse, the release of Snyder Cut movement. We were able to see that at the end of the day, the director's vision was seen. So that is a praise in that aspect. So as a fan, as long as you're able to see it, it's like music. As long as you're able to consume the music. So you guys, a lot of people don't know that so many artists are losing money when it comes to streaming or when it comes to streaming, that they actually have to look for other sources they can make money. A lot of people don't know that, but people are still listening to those music another one way or the other. When it comes to art, also a lot of people don't know that a lot of artists are actually losing money or losing time and all that, and they're not getting the value of their money at the end of the day. So I don't see the any reason why you should make the same thing when it comes to music your priority. There are a lot of things to focus in this world, and I do hope that you find happiness one way or the other. So I genuinely wanted to bring up numbers to make my points, but I believe that this way I'm able to make a point one way or the other, and I just hope that I'm able to pass the message across. You are free to think the way you want to think. It is your choice, it is your opinion, it is in your power. Do all that, but do not make yourself an executive that don't get paid. That is not your job, and that is not what I would advise that you should do with your life. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you share, leave your thoughts down in the comment section below, and go to streamdorm.com, sign up to our newsletter, check out some of our articles, and even check out our platforms on other social media platforms by just searching Streamdorm on the Google or every social media platform, and you might come across some of our platforms and topics of discussion. I am Adedayo, a motorboat. Follow me at the real boat, and see you in the next video. Bye for now.